Alright guys, we are back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and of course we've got a legendary trailer to take a look at. And I'm kind of mad that I peeped the thumbnail before clicking on the video, which is a problem with YouTube, but yeah, so I've been spoiled. It's legendary male Shez, so my thumbnail came true, apparently. I didn't honestly think it was going to be him, but I guess here we go. So he's going to be a dagger infantry type. So, let's see here. 41 HP, 58 attack. He's probably got a brave weapon, so take that with a grain of salt. 48 speed, 33 defense, and then 30 res. Alright, so what do we got cooked up here with legendary male Shez? Okay, dual sword, 8 might, 2 range, -1 special trigger, brave attacking, even on enemy phase. Inflicts penalty on all stats for foes in 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit during combat equal to 4 plus the number of combat instances on the current turn times 4. That's very interesting. With a max of 12, and includes combat instances unit does not participate in. Battles on player phase and on enemy phase are counted separately. Does not include this current combat instance. So you just have him stand there menacingly, and he's possibly doing all stats -12 to enemies that are in 3 columns and 3 rows. Isn't that worse than Summer Goldberry? Goldberry will do like -12, but that's only to attack and speed, I think it is, or maybe attack and defense. She's not doing it like Spectrum debuff and not doing -12 that consistently. Now, you have to wait for a lot of combats to occur, so it's not like immediately going to be -12. But the longer the fight goes on, the worse off things are going to get, pretty much. Okay, also at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants a bonus to all stats equal to 5 plus the number of foes in 3 rows or 3 columns, centered on unit times 3, with a max of 14. Reduce damage from foes' first attack by 30%, including their brave hit. Nullifies effects that inflict guard and special acceleration, so he's got tempo. And then we have Dagger 7 also. Okay, that's very interesting. Alright, then he's got Ruptured Sky, speed, attack and speed finish 4. Shadow Slide, so brand new B skill here. Okay, unit can move to a space in 2 spaces of an ally that has entered combat during the current turn. Unit can move to a space in 2 spaces of an ally in 2 spaces. So he's got multiple ways to warp. If ally has entered combat during the current turn, unit can move through foe spaces. Oh, wow, he has pass also. Now, you know why they did that. So you could just give him Celica Ring and he's warping while passing. I don't know if you want to give him Celica Ring, though, because he already warps. Like, he's already warping to allies anyway. Okay, then also, if unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, inflicts attack speed and defense -5 on the foe. Deals damage equal to 20% of unit speed. Reduce the percentage of foes' non-special DR by half. And reduce damage from foes' first attack by 7 in combat. And on brave hits. Yeah, so he's got non-pierceable DR there too. Interesting. Okay, and then Pulse Smog. So looks like a level 4 Pulse Smoke. Inflicts speed and defense -3 on the foe. And inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on the foe per attack during combat. Only the highest value applied. Doesn't stack. After combat, inflicts attack -7 and guard on the target and foes in 3 spaces of target, and inflicts special cooldown count +1 on those foes. And if unit initiates combat and the foe's attack can trigger foe's special, inflicts special cooldown count +1 on the foe before foe's first attack. Okay, so built-in scowl, basically. This is obviously very good. I'm pretty sure that this has no restrictions on it, because Pulse Smoke you can just give to everybody. So, if you weren't a fan of Res Wave D, that was C-Slot Scowl, you can just run this to get C-Slot Scowl instead. On everybody, too, not just on dragons, I would imagine. So, yeah, pretty good C skill. Pretty good B skill, and then his weapon seems pretty good as well. He's just pretty good all around. I don't know if he's a must summon, though. He seems okay. He doesn't seem like a must summon or anything like that. Okay, so here he is against Ectordeer. Of course, Ectordeer is like one of the tankiest melee types. And he is able to kill him, which is interesting. I don't know how much that matters.
Off I go.
But okay, sure, he can do that. And then there he is warping a million spaces. He's going to be really good for Gale Forcing in Aether Raids, right? Because, like, he has Pass and Warp. So you have your Gale Force Initiator attack somebody, and then after their action ended, then he can warp in. I think that's probably where you're going to want to run him for Aether Raids, like Gale Forcing. All right, then we have the rest of the banner here. Okay, so what do we got going on? On red, we've got the new Shez. He is color sharing with Emblem and also Fallen Lumera. Pretty good red pool, honestly. Actually, is it? Huh. Yeah, I would say, yeah, it is, because he's got good fodder. He seems good enough to... I wouldn't recommend pulling for him, but, like, if you know exactly what you want him for, which is Gale Forcing, then yeah. And then Lumera is just a rearmed hero, so that's good. And then she's got good stuff, too. She's got good fodder. She's really valuable as well with the ability to reset terrain. Because whenever she moves, she sets up that big radius of stone tiles, which can be very helpful. All right, then on green, we've got Nurgle. We have Legendary Alir and then Legendary Robin. So Nurgle really boosting the value of that pool. Then on colorless, we've got... What was this guy's name again? Yukimura, I think. Yukimura, Arvin, and Arvel. Arvin and Arvel, interesting. And then finally on blue, we got Nerthuz, we got Freyr, and Ratatosker. Yeah, besides, like, Nurgle and... Yeah, besides Nurgle, this doesn't really look that appealing, to be honest. I don't know if I would recommend people summon on this one. Which is good. Finally, we get a skip after being bombarded non-stop with banners. It's nice to finally get one that's just like a guaranteed skip. Okay, so you can Spark, of course, if you got the Fey Pass. Let's take a look at his kit one more time. Let's see. Maybe I'm underselling him. I think he's good. I just don't think he's a must. Yeah, so 8 Might, of course. He doesn't have effective damage against all types like the female one does. So... his DPS might not be on that same level. But then again, we say that, and he's doing, like, this crazy debuff here based on how many actions have occurred. So again, yeah, like what I said before, just play him for Gale Forcing, and he seems like that's where you want to run him. Because you're going to be able to, like, just get more instances of this to go off so he could get the full -12. He can warp without... worrying about warp bubble and things like that. The only problem, though, is that I'm kind of skeptical about, like, how much damage he's going to do. So let's say you're Gale Forcing with Felix. Felix is a melee type. He's going to attack somebody, and then you want to warp in with this guy. Obviously, the Far Saver is going to come into play there. So is he going to be able to take out units like Myrrh and Amelia and stuff like that? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. And then we could take a look at his beast skill again here. He's getting a little bit of protection. He's got 7 points of DR, and then he's got some DR on his weapon. I don't know, though. I don't know if he's doing enough damage is the problem here. If unit initiates combat and foes... Okay, so this is only if you initiate, you get the Scowl effect. It's not like Omni Scowl. Like, even on the enemy phase, you get the Scowl. That kind of blows. So only really, like, initiators are going to get value out of this, as opposed to, like, Res Wave D. But then again, you also just want to initiate anyway if you're running Pulse Smoke. So, yeah, very interesting. Yeah, he's one of those units that you would have to see in action and, like, use him a little bit to really get a feel for his matchups and things like that. But just out of the box, he doesn't seem like the craziest to me.
Made your peace yet?
Is this impressive, him beating Ector Deer here? Like, I can't tell. Like, I know Ector Deer is really good defensively, but He wasn't getting any support at all. He wasn't... I don't think he was getting much to work with there. Yeah. Could be another fraud showcase, but I don't know. I'll let you guys be the one to decide. This is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, fellas. Let me know in the comments what you think of the new legendary Shez. And I will catch y'all again on the flip side.